Good morning, people. I have a little little shit here. Look, what? 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 Yes, it's a little Pomeranian. She's about 4 months old. She's a puppy. So how are you guys? Oh, good. Yes, you have some sun today. Has been dark days, is it? Not just about our weather, but in our planet also has been a very complicated days, to say the least. So I'm here today so we can talk a little about what's happening in Palestine, in Israel, in that part of the planet. It has been made in me very, very sad, everything that's happening there. I have been crying a lot, praying a lot, asking the the universe to look after us. The planet itself is okay, beautiful. There is beautiful places in this planet, but there is other place that is facing not very nice time. You have so many challenges going around in Europe, in Asia, in South America. I think the only continent that is still good is Australia. Europe has been facing lots of problems. War. Asia has been facing a lot of challenges also. And now the latest one, is sadness. What Hamas did in Israel was absolutely unforgettable and unforgiving. I'm going to tell you a private story. I think I have told this in one of my videos. But yes, I was kidnapped about 2 years. I was 2 years old when someone came and took me from my family. And this gave me a very big and deep scars on my soul. I have scars from that accompany me, is still with me until today, at 71. And my ordeal didn't last that long. Even then, I still have leftovers of this experience. Now I can imagine these babies and kids that has been kidnapped and taken to caves, tunnels, in Gaza. You can imagine the trauma these kids are gonna have for the rest of their lives. I had that experience. Didn't last that 20, 30 days, 35 something days. God knows how long they're gonna stay in there. You can imagine how their life would be after this. The consequence of it is gonna be for the rest of their lives, like it was in mine. For me to get out of that trauma took me the whole life. Until I was about 5, 6, I was still hiding myself underneath beds and tables and whatever cupboards, whatever place I was managed to fit in. I was getting inside, afraid of people. I was about 15, I was about 16 to 17 when I managed to get out of my inner world and interact with people. Now you can imagine these kids. It's gonna be the rest of their lives to get out of the trauma that they are facing now. I'm okay now. I have been okay from the last 25 years, more or less. Even then, I still have problems in facing long relationships because I can't trust. You can imagine these kids. That babies. I was talking to a friend of mine. She's also have the DNA, the Hebrew DNA, and we were talking about, and then she was telling me about that girl that's managed to survive. And I said, look, after all this ordeal that she went through, I don't know if survive was the best for her, because the trauma she's gonna face for the rest of her life is gonna be so painful. One of the girls that has been kidnapped have been abused every single possible ways, and she's in hospital in Tel Aviv. She's from Germany, and I told her, look, if it was my daughter, I would prefer that to be dead than alive to face all these consequences. And then she said, no, I would prefer to be alive to have my daughter even facing all this, trauma that she's gonna face. Yeah, everyone has a different perspective of the situation. But what this video is about is not just talk about this dark side of the situation, but to point it out also that what you are living right now is just the fulfillment of prophecies from the Old Testament, from Isaiah, Zacharias, Ezekiel, Jonas, all of those prophets. Jeremiah told a lot about this time also. Isaiah took a lot about this time. A lot about this time. I was listening to Isaiah yesterday all day long, and everything is in there. Everything that's happened today is in there. Everything that has been happening the last 50, 70, 800 years is in there. So you can you can avoid to, you can escape from this moment. It's not escape from this moment. This moment is supposed to happen. With all this pain and all this agony, it was supposed to happen. I would advise people that follow me to go back to that books and read it again. They are more precise than any other prophets. The preciseness of the revelations and the prophecies so accurate that is not possible for us to not to believe. It's so accurate, it's incredible. It's incredible how there 3,000 years looks like nothing when you read them, because that's the time when they were here prophetizing about this time. Daniel is amazing. The book of Daniel is absolutely incredible. So go back to these writings of these prophets and place yourself on these days. You're gonna place every situation today. It's like a map. It's like a map, a puzzle. It's a puzzle. You have the pieces and you put the pieces in place. And the puzzle is being complete. And yesterday, because I saw in my phone this morning that China and Russia and Iran is making a conclave between them. And it's in there. It's in there. But even then, there is hope, because Isaiah says in one of his books that one of his the chapters that he calls Egypt my people. He calls Syria my people, and Israel my heritage. So we still have hope. We still have hope. Syria, Egypt, they are going to come like brothers and sisters to Israel in future. And I don't doubt at all that there are going to be a reconciliation between Ishmael and Isaac. And there are going to be a reconciliation between Jacob and Esau. I don't doubt this at all. So let's continue praying for the situation. Let's continue with, having a positive thoughts about. I know it's very complicated, it's very difficult, because you are not facing just these challenges, world challenges, but you are going to face also our private, our family matters and etc. And I'm having lots of challenges in that particular field also. Challenges, big challenges, big challenges. Because when the energy, the negative energy, is surrounding the planet, it goes everywhere. Goes from the government to the private houses. And I'm facing loads of challenges, family challenges right now. But I believe in who is conducting my life, and I trust his power to overcome every single challenge and help me to be wise enough to go through this storm and survive. It's hard. The moment is not easy. It's hard time. But you are here to fight the good fight. Do you think it's easy for Israel to go and do what they are doing? Not easy at all. Not easy at all. I can imagine the suffering of the soldiers, the anxiety, the fear. I can feel it. But there is no other option. You have to face it, or you have to die. So you can face it, because there is no other choices. There is no other choice. So let's face the music. Let's face the moment, trusting that the eternal Father will help us to go through the moment, the storm, and to drive us to the right place, to the right moment. And the only thing you can say is paz, shalom, peace. That is not a very happy message, but it is what you have got right now. There is as the Bible says, there is a moment for laugh, there is a moment for tears, there is a moment for peace, and there is a moment for war. There is time for everything. And if now is the time for war, let's war, because it's gonna pass. And when the time comes for peace, you're gonna have peace. Now it's time for tears and pray, and one day is gonna be a time for party. But right now is a time for prayer. It's a time for tears, it's a time for reflection, it's a time for destruction and war. Yeah. God help us and keep us safe. Okay. And God bless you and keep you safe, and bless me and keep me safe. Bye-bye.